be 3rd down and 10. Jeremy Robertson checks in on the defensive line for the Bulldogs. They'll stack 3 receivers to the left, right on the hash mark. So Allison will fake it, going to throw over the middle, hit and caught. Going to be shy of the first down, though. Probably in that 4-down territory, though.
Yeah, Pearl River's hurrying to the line. Wonder if you'll see a hard count here from the Wildcats.
You're going to see a quarterback sneak, and I think that Allison's going to get it on his right side.
He fell initially, and his knee didn't go all the way down. If a Holmes defender would have been able to get to him there initially, might have had him stop short on that first surge, but he was able to keep his feet and get across that line to gain.
So the ball will be right in the middle of the field, about the Wildcat 48-yard line. Motion a man, go left to right. Lots of flags coming in, probably going to be on Pearl River.
And it looks like that's what it'll be. It's going to put Pearl River behind the chains. That left guard with the false start.
So the Bulldogs able to push them back a little bit further, make it 1st and 15. Didn't see who it was. I think it was McCoy who made that catch for the Wildcats. These numbers are very hard to see. Here, now they'll send McCoy in motion. Now he'll stop. They'll fake it to him. Going to throw a screen right side. It's intercepted. That's intercepted by the Bulldogs. One of those big defensive linemen. That is the big man, Jeremy Robertson, off the bench. Just kind of right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, what a play by Robertson. That's a very difficult catch to make. That's a ball that's thrown a little harder than I really thought it should have been. And, sometimes when you're that defensive lineman, the worst place to get hit is right in the hands.
Right in the hands. But, yeah, Robertson, we mentioned, he wasn't on the starting list. Maxton Woodard is the starter. He's been in there, and the freshman from Mint, Louisiana, comes in and gets a big turnover for the Bulldogs with 11:45 to go in a scoreless first quarter.
Yeah, this is a moment when it's imperative this Holmes offense maintain the momentum the defense just handed to them.
I said the ball is placed at the 35-yard line, so there's some trickeration. They're going to throw over the middle, looking for a man. It is tipped incomplete. Wanted Deion Smith, and out there playing center field for the Wildcats with the good tip away was the safety, Dwight Williams.
Yeah, that little fake reverse pass. The receiver was open early. The play just took just a minute too long to develop and allowed that safety to drop back into coverage and tip that ball away.
Bulldogs going quickly here. Wide receiver screen to Jaheim Shack on the right side. Down the sideline, 20, pushed out of bounds right around the 17-yard line. Be enough for a first down. First down's presented by Hammett Motors.
That's a play you expect to see out of this Bulldog offense on a regular basis with the speed at the wide receiver position.
3 wide receivers to the right. Handoff goes to Moss, dancing around, runs it right up the left side, breaks a tackle at the 10, inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Shifty move by the sophomore from Grenada.
Yeah, nice little jump cut by Moss to find the open space in the middle of that offensive line.
Bulldogs want to go quickly, be 1st and goal from the 7. Another handoff to Moss. He's bouncing it outside, running to the end zone. He is in. 7-yard touchdown run for Moss. If it stands, flag in the middle of the field.
Looks like it's going to be on the defense as the initial signal.
Illegal substitution on the defense. Too many men on the field. Bulldogs draw first blood with Joe Moss, the sophomore from Grenada.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs do exactly what they had to do in that situation. Take advantage of a gift possession and put points on the board.
Out to kick it. And getting it up and through the uprights good was the kicker, Jalen Ballard. And the Bulldogs, with 11:02 to go in the first quarter, lead it 7-0. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Holmes Football Radio Network.
Boswell Media Sports.
Marquise McCoy takes Ballard's kick from around the 15-yard line up to, they'll say he got across the 30 to about the 37-yard line before he's taken off his feet.
Yeah, Kieran Hopkins on the coverage for Holmes made a nice tackle over there on the far sideline.
But the Bulldogs get a 7-yard run. They take advantage of an interception, and they lead it 7-0, 11:02 or 10:55 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, love to see a big man pick early in the season.
Yeah, swing pass out of the backfield. Get it out to across the 45-yard line before running and knocking over the trainer's table here. Let's see who it was on the reception. Emmanuel Bentley, the freshman from Gulfport. It's going to be about 6 yards.
And that was Christavius Savior for the Bulldogs, the cornerback over here on the near side that pushed him out of bounds.
It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Wildcats. We're going to motion McCoy. It's a high snap to give. Is in the backfield, and he's hit. And he crosses the 45-yard line. I think that was Robinson on the tackle, was it not?
Jalen Towns.
There we go. You start seeing, you cannot tell the numbers on the front.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about the Holmes defense here early is they are winning the game on the line of scrimmage right now. They're getting the push into the backfield of the Pearl River offense here in this second possession.
It'll be 3rd down and 2. A 4-man defensive front for the Bulldogs. Big Maxton Woodard from Neshoba Central back in there at that nose guard spot. Bulldogs bringing pressure. They're going to toss it to the right side. He'll have the first down. Laquan Robinson gets the running back down right after he crosses the 50. That's Bentley again.
Yeah, that's just a nice play call by Pearl River. Holmes had stacked the middle, expecting something between the tackles, and it was a good opportunity for Pearl River just to try to get around the corner and get just enough yardage to move those sticks.
7-0. The Bulldogs lead at 9.5 minutes to go in tonight's first quarter. Those are presented by Mitchell Metal. This time they'll go in the, what they call it, that's the pistol this time. They're going to motion McCoy again. Handoff, right side. Lots of whistles blown.
It's going to be motion, illegal motion on the Wildcats, Pearl River.
So. False start. Offense, number 18, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yep. So, right about the middle, same spot on the field that they got a similar penalty, on the first drive.
Yeah, and how big is it for a defense, especially in the first quarter to start the year, to have multiple opportunities to start that opposing offense behind the sticks? 1st and 15 is so much more manageable for the defense than 1st and 10.
Empty set backfield for Dustin Allison, looking for a man over the middle, and it's incomplete. Drag route thrown behind his intended target, McCoy.
A nice pressure by the front 4 from Holmes. So yet again, another good push off the line of scrimmage, pressure in the quarterback's face, but just as well in that linebacking core, great coverage across the middle of the field.
So 2nd down and 15 for the Wildcats. Well, they're on their side of the 50. Bulldogs shifting some coverage here as Allison will walk up and get under center as they stack 3 wide receivers to the right. Quick screen to the right, and the catch is made right around the line of scrimmage, and they'll get across the 50. I think it was, Zion Mays on the tackle?
Yeah, it was Mays over there. He did a really good job from his defensive back position of getting out there and slowing that play down. And now 3rd and long, but you've already seen out of Pearl River, they're in 4-down territory. If they're able to gain a couple of yards here, I think you'll see Pearl River have 2 more downs to convert this first down.
Another empty backfield for Dustin Allison, and here come half the Bulldogs.
And that's a very unfortunate play for the Bulldogs. Now 3rd and 9 turns into 3rd and 4, well across midfield, and now it becomes a much larger advantage for that Pearl River offense.
Yeah, Bulldogs, bringing pressure right there on this 3rd and long, and some of those guys, first game of the year, get a little too amped up.
Yeah,
ready to go.
If you're a coach, you would rather have to coach a little aggressiveness out of them than have to coach it into them. So. If you're going to err either way, that's probably the way I want to err.
The ball goes right across the 45 on the right side. Now they get back in that I formation. Will the Wildcats. Bulldogs right up on the line. Toss sweep right side to Barnes, and he's hit. Maybe got a yard.
Yeah, and I'm not sure which one of the Bulldogs it was, but one of the Bulldogs come up there and absolutely delivered a lick. Looks like it was Laquan Robinson, I believe.
Yep.
So another big 4th down here early in the ball game.
4th down and about 3 yards to go. Clock ticking.
They're going to send out the punt.
Looks like they will send out the punt team. So,
is that a little bit of a statement by that Holmes defensive front?
It might be. Corbin McGlynn is your punter. Bulldogs are going to send back Dakari Johnson. He'll stand right around the Holmes 8-yard line. McGlynn is at the Wildcat 43. A good snap back. It's a high spiraling good kick from McGinn. It'll be muffed right around the goal line, and no signal just yet. I think Johnson got back on it. He did.
And he's inside the 1. It's going to be spotted at about the half-yard line. So this is going to be a tough test for this Holmes offense now in the shadow of their own goalpost.
7:18 to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs with a 7-0 lead. They've got 99 yards of turf in front of them.
I'd call it 99 and a half.
Yeah. That's a ball that coaches probably don't want you to catch that close to the goal line.
Yeah, I think there was a good chance with the way that ball was angled. I think that ball might have bounced into the end zone for a touchback. Just a very unfortunate series of events that back there. And the back end of the ball is nearly touching the goal line.
Yep, so, of course, the Bulldogs will stay in their shotgun formation. Keep that spread look. Lonnie Ratliff is your quarterback. I think that's Townsend in at running back now, but they're going to pass. Ratliff going to the right side. Catch is made right around the 6-yard line. Hauling it in was Bryson Spencer. At least give him a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, and that was coming in late for Pearl River. I'm having trouble. Got another jersey rolled up on the back, but it looks like it was a big lick delivered by Xavier Fairley from his cornerback position for Pearl River.
The 2nd down and 6. They'll hand it off to Darion Townsend. Bounces it right side. He's out across the 10, where he's run out of bounds at the 12. Going to be just enough, I think, for a first down.
Yeah, and what a great cut by Townsend. Looked like that play was intended to go in the B gap possibly over there, and he made a nice jump cut, got it outside, and was able to gain that first down yardage.
First down's brought to you by Hammett Motors. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 13. Ratliff going to have to run it himself up the middle, across the 20, slides down at the 21.
And we do get the flag there. He gave himself up, slid, and a defender from Pearl River piled on late. It's going to be another 15 yards for the Bulldogs.
Would have been a 9-yard gain where it stands.
Number 17, late hit, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So it ended up being about a 24-yard pickup.
Yeah, really nice play by Ratliff. Just a smart play, nothing there. Had a nice gap to pull that ball down and make some positive yardage. And then, fortunately, with the personal foul is almost, past the 35 to the 36-yard line.
They'll put it right on the 36 on the right hash. Townsend stays in as your running back, the sophomore from Winona. This time they'll motion Jaheim Shack. He'll run left to right. They're going to throw it a little screen pass to Townsend. Catches it at the 35. Slung down after he crosses the 40 to around the 43-yard line. Second down in about 3, maybe 4.
And Townsend showing he's not afraid to get physical. He had an opportunity right there to try to evade a tackler, but felt it was better to lower his shoulder.
The Bulldogs going to get a defensive substitution here, or I should say a penalty on the defense as the handoff goes to Townsend. He would have been close to a first down, but one of those big boys for Pearl River didn't get off the field.
Yeah, free first down for the Bulldogs. Just another advantage of that high-speed offense. And it was a no-doubter. He was 10 yards from the sidelines when the ball was snapped.
Sometimes they'll give you, a few steps, right? But now that time he was
at the numbers or further out.
So they'll keep him pushing forward. Bulldogs taking advantage of the penalties. They lead it by 7. 6:08 to go in the first quarter. 2-by-2 receivers. Wide side of the field is the left side. Ratliff throws, finds just out of the reach of his intended target, Bryson Spencer.
And that's a tough play, but Spencer got a full hand on that ball. That's a catch you would like to see made. A little bit of a high throw, but I think Spencer would probably tell you he feels like he should have made that catch.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. This time they'll flip 3 receivers to the left side. It's a high snap. The handoff goes to Townsend. Breaks the tackles out across the 40. He's on to the 35-yard line. Stiff arms a man. Gets down inside the 35 at the 34.
And Townsend putting on a show here early in the game. He's just been able to find his way and get those positive yards early and often.
He'll get a breather right now.
He deserves it.
As Joe Moss will come back into the ball game. He scored the Bulldogs' lone touchdown. He'll stand to the left of his quarterback. Now he'll move back to the right. They'll hand it off. They're running it to the left side. It's a play they scored on earlier in the quarter. This time the Wildcats have it read pretty well, and he might have got a yard.
And that's a play that Ratliff's setting it up. You're going to see Ratliff pull that here in a few minutes and take that to the backside because that defense is biting hard on the running back with the mesh point in the backfield.
3 wide receivers wide to the right. Another handoff to Moss between the tackles. Crosses the 30. Gets to the 29-yard line. It'll be third down and manageable